Let's jump into your mailbag questions. I'm Harrison Graham. Use hashtag Bears or Super Chat here on our live show. That's how you get your questions answered. Daily basis, every single player we brought in through trades in free agency is having a worse year here than on their previous teams. That means the coaching sucks. It's a great point. A lot of guys that have come through here tend to play worse here. Why is that? I don't know. Is it coaching? Is it you're getting these players at the wrong time in their career? Is it you start losing games so they lose motivation? There could be a lot of reasons, but seems like that happens an awful lot. And then they go somewhere else and they play better. Sam Mustipher looks like a decent player with Baltimore. Here, he's a laughingstock. It's incredible, man. Trace Rawls, appreciate all the supers. Give us Caleb Williams, the number one pick. Then get Ben Johnson as our next head coach. Yeah, I'm all in on a Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson combination. I still want to see how the rest of this year plays out with Justin Fields, but if it continues to look this way, I don't think you can pass on Caleb Williams. Tito, you can't take a quarterback first round. He will get destroyed. As much as I want Marvin Harrison Jr., you need the best offensive lineman and then the best defensive end, then a quarterback in the third. Well, you'd also have a second-round pick, but because you have 2 first-round picks. However, you absolutely can take a QB in the first round. If you're in Caleb Williams' range, I don't think that's something you can turn down. Shaquille McNair, the coaches are trying to perfect a broken system. Give me a break. Yeah, they got to adapt, man. They got to be more adaptable to the players you have and just understanding that the schemes you're running aren't getting the job done. Got to adapt, man. Adapt or die. Sangray Kim, Nagy went 12-4, 8-8, 8-8, 6-11 with 2 playoff appearances. Boston looked way better under Nagy. We would kill to have that 4-year record and then Boston. Look, I don't want Nagy back. I think by the end he was lost. However, if you are asking me, is Matt Nagy or Matt Eberflus been a better coach here, I would say Matt Nagy. I mean, you went to the playoffs twice. The offense never really got going, but I do agree as a pure passer, I think Justin Fields looked a little bit more comfortable as a rookie. I think they went overkill with the footwork changes, the mechanical stuff. It's almost like they try to do too much at once, and by they, I mean Getsy, Janocko, and this staff. I think it's just been too much. They've tried to do too much with them. So definitely don't want to go back down the Nagy road, but I am definitely not on the Matt Eberflus train, that is for sure. Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from, watching from here today. Appreciate all the love and support. Always curious to know where Bears fans are watching from. From Henry, I just really want to see a coach come in and get as upset as I've been. Jim Harbaugh would be that guy for sure. I like Jim Harbaugh. He'd be near the top of my list. Him and Ben Johnson are probably my top 2 candidates right now. If Matt Eberflus gets canned, would he do it? Is he interested? I don't know, but I certainly am. Isaiah, get the FGBs going for Isaiah. FGB, FGB, FGB. F the Packers, man. Wasim, the Bears suck in all phases of the game, and it's on the coaches. There's no emotion, no fire, no tackling. They have to fire everyone if you lose to Denver. How's Roley? He was in shambles yesterday. Yeah, the man's in shambles. That's why he's not producing today. But he will be live with us on Sunday. So subscribe and join us for our watch party against Denver. Shout out Gregory, a first-time super chatter. That's 5 jumping jacks for me. 2, 3, 4, 5. Appreciate it, Gregory. Derek Runyon, I feel like if we got rid of Fields, it would be one of our worst decisions ever. Anyone we bring in here with no working OC or head coach will be damaged like the rest. No development. Yeah. Look, I mean, looking back on it, when Ryan Poles hired Matt Eberflus and he hired Luke Getsy, first-time GM, first-time head coach, first-time offensive coordinator with the second-year quarterback. They needed a play caller with more experience, whether that was in the head coaching position or offensive coordinator. Didn't do it. Keith Riggle, where's Velus? Great question. He's watching kickoffs go through the end zone. That's about the extent of his duties on Sundays. He's also on the punt team. Not involved. Great third-round pick on that one. Great third-round pick. We'll get to O'Geezer's Super Chat in a moment, but first, Let's talk about PrizePicks, today's sponsor. If you're looking to spice up your game days, get started with PrizePicks right now. Daily fantasy sports. No one does it better than PrizePicks. If you're looking for a more fun way to spend your game days, especially for Bears game days, look no further than PrizePicks. How does it work? Well, you pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their PrizePicks projections. For example, I'm going more than 184.5 yards for Justin Fields and more on Russell Wilson's passing yards this week as well. 20 to win 60. Listen, I think Justin Fields is going to at least play well enough to top that number. He's thrown for 200 plus in 2 out of 3 games. Russell Wilson, I think, is going to have a big day. Bears secondary is banged up. Seems like easy cheddar. PrizePicks.com/CLNS is where you get signed up today. Use that code CLNS to get a deposit match up to $100. You're not competing against other people at PrizePicks. It's just you and the projections, more or less. That simple. Don't have to go up against sharks and pros and these folks who study this stuff all the time. It's just you and the projections. What's cool about PrizePicks, too, it takes less than 60 seconds to submit your entry. So get started today. Create an account. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS. Get started right now. Link and promo code in the description and comments. Code CLNS. Oh, geezer Kieran, let Justin play. Keep Bajan in the background. At least he competes. Rest of team playing like sleepy dwarves. Yeah, I'm not in the bench Justin camp. I do think Bajan should be the backup. I thought Sunday was a perfect opportunity. Hey, you're down 41-0 to start the fourth quarter. Get Bajan some reps. How valuable are those reps for Fields anyway? Like, the defense at that point is just dropping 7-8 into coverage, just keeping everything in front. It's not that valuable. For Bajan, though, could be. Get him out there, see somewhat real live reps, and do that. I don't need Nathan Peterman active on game days. I just don't. Donald Lear, if they fire Getsy midseason, who would replace him? I mean, I guess Andrew Janocko, the quarterback's coach, but I don't know. Could it be Tyke Tolbert, who's the receivers coach and passing game coordinator? Haven't been that impressed with the receivers, if I'm being honest. So, not sure. It's a good question. It's probably why, as much as you don't want to hear this, they probably are pretty far from making a move like that. Buckeye breaks. Marvin Harrison did a mock draft earlier this week. It's on the channel. Subscribe. Go check it out. And if you go to the video content tab, you can find out where I landed Marvin Harrison in that mock. Larry Widener, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Bears are constantly getting a QB saying things will get better. FGB. Yeah, look, Larry, I think the only problem with that is, eventually you do have to make a decision on, okay, can we make it work with this quarterback? I don't think all the problems are with Justin Fields. I think there are a ton of problems with this team, but if Caleb Williams is sitting there, you got to try it, man. It's just too good of an opportunity to pass up. Now, does that mean it's a guarantee it's going to work? No, it's not. None of this is a guarantee. If it was a guarantee, the Bears would have found a legitimate all-time quarterback by now. They have not. So, that's where we're at. Rooting for Justin the rest of this year. Hope he can get it turned around and be that guy, but, hasn't been a good start. Has not been a good start. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. We're trying to get to 75,000 subscribers here on Bears Now. We're less than 1,500 away. Can we do it? Subscribe for Bears news, rumors, trade buzz, and a whole lot more. Do not miss out when it comes to Chicago Bears news and rumors content. Jake Heineman, say we get Caleb Williams, would you hire Lincoln Riley? Definitely open to it. Definitely open to it. That's probably the only scenario where I'm open to Lincoln Riley, but young, offensive mind. I get the track record of college head coaches to NFL isn't super high, but I think if you're bringing in the number 1 pick and a coach he trusts immensely, that's the key here. Caleb Williams committed to Lincoln Riley when he was 17 years old, followed him to USC from Oklahoma after he took that job. He trusts this guy immensely. I'm not in the camp of Caleb Williams will refuse to play for the Bears if they get the number 1 pick. But if you have any concerns about that, go hire Lincoln Riley. Those concerns will be erased very quickly. Graham B. Caleb Williams will pass on Chicago. Right on cue. His father said as much. His dad did not say explicitly, we're going to pass on the Bears. He threw out a comment out there, if we don't like who's picking number 1, we could go back to school. But again, I'll challenge him on that. You're going to leave $40 million on the table? It's not going to happen, man. Prove me wrong. That's what I would say. Prove me wrong. I just don't see a scenario where Caleb Williams does not enter this NFL draft. Be honest with me. Will the Bears beat the Broncos? Type Y for yes or type N for no. I hope so, man. I don't want to talk about a 14th straight loss, but if they lose, I'll talk about it because that's my job. Jake, heard rumors of a possible trade with the Jets wanting Fields. Thoughts? I think that's just like Twitter, like connecting dots. Zach Wilson's not playing well. Jets have a really good roster. Could use a better quarterback. Oh, Justin Fields not working out in Chicago. I don't think either side would make that move right now. I think if the Jets make a trade, it's for a guy like Ryan Tannehill, a veteran who can come in, pick up the offense quickly, and just be a game manager. Justin Fields isn't really a game manager type. He's kind of a boomer bust type of player right now. Like the highs are high, although we haven't seen him much this year, but the lows aren't great. So I think they want more of that bus driver up at this point because Zach Wilson's driving them crazy with turnovers. Wasim Khan, how much of this is on polls? At least a little bit. I discussed that on our Thursday morning video. Like Ryan Poles' hands are not completely clean from this situation. Like he hired Matt Eberflus, who then hired Luke Getsy. He traded Roquan Smith. He passed on Jalen Carter. He traded for Chase Claypool. He's made moves that haven't worked. Plenty of them. He's not guilt-free in this situation. TY with the 5. Appreciate all the supers, guys. If Kevin Warren pulled all the front office in and asked them to defend their jobs, what do you think they would say? It's a great question. And who knows? Maybe this has happened. If it hasn't happened, I think it will soon if they lose this week, and especially if they lose the next 2 games. It's like, what the hell is going on? That would be my question if I'm Kevin Warren. And if I lose the next 2 games, I'm bringing in Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles first, and I'm saying, what the fuck is going on? And then we're going from there. So I don't know the answer to that, but I don't know how they'd be able to defend themselves. They've lost 13 in a row. It's pretty much the same staff from last year, so it's not good. It's not good. Follow us on social media. It's at HGramNFL on Twitter and on Instagram. That's where you can find me. Appreciate all of the love and support. Give me a follow on those platforms as well.